Hey, good morning, everyone, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, whatever it is. So, the reason I'm doing this video today is we're going to talk about satiation, how to find your satiation point, because this is a huge issue. Okay, and so to tell you that I understand would be an understatement. This is why I understand. My whole eating disorder, and yes, I believe that everybody that ever gets 200 or 300 pounds overweight has an eating disorder. That you don't get the 368 when you're 5'3" unless you have an eating disorder. Okay, so my entire eating disorder was wrapped up in I could never feel full. I was never satisfied. I was constantly hungry. I called it the need to feed. I had an insatiable need to feed. I needed to eat all the time, trying to eat 3 little meals a day, or 5 little meals a day, or 7 little, or 10 little meals. It didn't matter how many little meals I tried to eat a day. And for that matter, guys, it didn't matter how many big meals I ate a day. Sadly, it didn't matter how I did it. I could eat until my stomach, and that's what would stop me usually. My stomach had to feel like it was going to burst. And I didn't feel full, but I was in enough pain that I would stop. And even if I didn't eat to that point every day, I ate close enough to it to understand the whole not feeling full. I get it. That's why when I accidentally, and I'm always going to say that I accidentally did this because at the time, I hadn't read anything about it, I had never heard about it. I started eating massive greens to try to unblock an artery. Okay? That was my entire goal. I heard that eating lots of greens could unblock your artery. I had a blocked, what's that one in the neck, thoracic, whatever it is, in the neck. I found that out after my stroke and stuff, and then on top of that, I had a doctor saying, "Hey, you're gonna have another stroke because you're so heavy." I wasn't 368 at the time. I was 265, but yeah, I'm 5'3". 265, 368, really seriously, not a lot of difference, except that I had less to lose this time. Um, so, but I still couldn't be full, and I couldn't figure out. I still when I first started low carb, I was still always hungry. I just could not figure it out. I did not want to eat all the fats that they wanted us to eat. God damn it, I had a blocked artery. All right, so the last thing I wanted was to be taking in more fats. Hello, the fat we eat is the fat we wear. That stuff's flowing through my head and everything, right? Anyway, so I was really struggling. I was really struggling. I really had to really retrain myself and relearn about healthy fats, the avocado, the olives, the tahini, little teeny weeny bits of oil. I know that oil is not a food that grows on a tree or a bush. I get it, but a little bit here and there will not kill you like eating too many carbs will. It's going to kill me. It was going to kill me because it gave me diabetes and everything else. I don't have diabetes now. My A1C is like 4.9. It was 11. Carbs were killing me. They were not my friend. They're never going to be my friend. I can eat little bits of them here and there if I'm really careful, but they're not my friend. So, but again, the whole problem with the whole getting full. So I started eating these massive greens. Sorry, I got things popping up here. I don't know what's going on. I started eating these massive greens, and when I say massive greens, I was eating 12 servings of chopped greens. I was chopping the crap out of them, and just mushing them and masticating them. Oh, they were just a mess, really. And I was eating them in 2 meals a day, and suddenly I wasn't hungry anymore. I was eating other stuff too. I was eating proteins and stuff, but I wasn't. Okay, so here's the thing. This is why this is so weird to me. No matter how much I would eat at any meal in my life, and it could be something heavy, like, a meatloaf and mashed potatoes and gravy and rolls and buttery green beans and that kind of stuff, heavy stuff. I would still eat the cheesecake and the whipped cream and a big piece of it too, like a quarter of a cheesecake. That's my serving sizes. Um, but suddenly I'm eating a pile of greens and a little pile of tofu maybe, or some TVP or some soy curls or whatever my protein thing that I wanted to have was. Or maybe I was just having a piece of my protein toast, or maybe I was having some of my pea base made into like a yogurt with some berries, whatever. These very small amounts of food. And you know what was going through my head at the time? Small people eat small food. Now, I've thought this for probably 15 years, guys. I've thought this for a long time in my life, that small people eat small. I watch them. I've been watching them my whole life. Small people eat small. I've had small friends, and I could out eat them. I could eat them under the table any day of the week, right? I never went into an eating competition, but I think I could have held my own if I did. But my small friends couldn't have. They couldn't have. I would watch my smallest grandchildren because I have small, medium, and large grandchildren. My smallest grandchildren, they eat a few bites and off they go. They're done, and they're healthy. So my thinking was, small people eat small, and suddenly, I was eating small. I was eating small. Huh? It's like, what do you know? Who knew, right? Who knew? And eventually, as I got smaller, because I lost a lot of weight, guys. I'm in my 140s now, and I didn't think I was ever gonna see my 140s. I'm still trying to lose a little bit more, just because the doctor said for 5'3", it wouldn't hurt me to lose a little bit more, 10, 15 pounds. Um, but I'm pretty happy, and I've been kind of in a, what's the word I'm looking for here? Maintenance, without trying to be a maintenance. I just kind of been hanging out here. I think my set point is resetting itself again. I love the whole set point thing. I've done videos on it. I might do another one here coming pretty soon because I'm really excited about where mine is right now. Um, but yeah, I'm satiated now. And you know what? I don't have to eat 12 cups of greens anymore. I can eat 4 cups of greens a day now. I can eat 2 cups at my first meal, 2 cups at my second meal, and when they're all chopped up, that's like less than a cup. Um, and because I have to eat mine cooked, it's a very small amount if I don't just stir fry them really fast, but it's still a small amount. I don't have to have as many as I used to. Isn't that funny? Because I'm smaller, and smaller people eat smaller food. Yeah. So things get so much easier. I mean, I used to eat a half avocado to a whole avocado twice a day when I first started doing this, eating all the greens. Now I eat an eighth to a quarter of an avocado each meal. So not even a half avocado a day, but it's enough. It's all I need. I'm satiated and I'm getting enough, and my blood work comes out great every time. My doctor's very happy with everything. I've been feeling really good. So it's like, okay, this seems to be working. I'm smaller. I'm eating smaller food. I'm eating the same things, but I'm eating less of them. And I'm satiated. I'm never hungry for anything. I never feel like I'm missing out. We're having this big barbecue tomorrow, and we're having Beyond Burgers with all the fixings, and they're having buns that are regular buns. No, I will not be having those. But I'm telling you what we're serving. We're serving potato salad, a big, huge 5-pound potato salad. Um, my brain just went totally blank. I think there's going to be a fruit bowl like watermelon and stuff like that. And there's going to be some chips, and oh yeah, there's going to be some French fries because the kids all want French fries, and broccoli salad, and I think that's about it. And then for dessert, they're having strawberry shortcake. Now, what will I have? I will have a burger. I will definitely have a Beyond Burger just because it's Labor Day and the weekend, and I want one, and I love them. So I'll have a just plain burger grilled up on the grill. I'll have, we're going to make vegetable shish kebabs. I knew there was something missing. I was like, what's wrong here? Vegetable shish kebabs, I put mini bell peppers, mushrooms. That's probably, zucchini. That's what I'm going to put on them because I got a ton of zucchini from my garden. So yeah, that's what I'll have, and I will be okay. And I'll probably have avocado and stuff. But I'll be okay with this. You got to trust me on this. I've done this so many times now. I make these great big meals for our family. We have 7 kids and 23 grandkids. We have a huge family. I make this huge meal for these kids and stuff, and I just eat what I'm supposed to eat. And then I spend all my time playing with the babies and hugging the grandkids and playing games with them and doing stuff with them and making things with them. And yeah, because that's what it's all about, right? Life. It's all about the family, the fun, the kids, the memories that we're making. It's not all about the food. God, I've never thought I'd say that in my life. Of course, I never thought I'd be this weight and hold my weight down steady for 8 months or whatever it is. It's crazy. It's crazy where I'm at in life right now. But if you want your satiety, if you want to find your sweet spot, if you want to feel full finally and not constantly be thinking about food, wanting food, or needing food, then guess what? You got to eat those greens, and you got to eat a lot of them at first. You got to overfill the tank to start with, and then move backwards from there. Or start lower and eat and eat and eat until you reach your satiety spot. You can do it either way, whatever works for you. Like I said, I started massively because, again, trying to heal an artery, which, by the way, is better. So, yeah, That's it. That's the whole secret. Eat more greens. Make sure you have some avocado. Make sure that you put the lemon juice on them. Go to the group and see the protocol if you don't know the protocol exactly. It's so much easier if you go there and you find out exactly how we're doing it, because there's if you click the first start here post in the post at the top, the feature ones that says start here number one. At the bottom, you'll go to the next one and say start here number two. Go to the next one, start here number three. And by the time you're done, you'll know exactly what to do to lose all the weight you want to get healthier than you've probably ever felt in years anyway. Um, yeah. And you know what's the best part about it? You're going to find out how to do it easy and reasonably cheap. It really wasn't that expensive. I grew most of my greens this summer, so that's an option. Hello, I'm going to try to grow them this winter indoors just to see if I can. So, yeah, that's it, guys. I hope that helps you guys. I hope that this gives you, if nothing else, I hope it excites you a little bit and you think, you know what? Maybe I can get some satiety here somewhere. Maybe I can do this for myself. You know, I hope you can. So I hope it helped.